G'day everyone. Well, you might not believe this, and it really is hard to believe. I'm over 50. Well, actually I'm over 55. Actually I'm over 60. 62 to be precise. But anyway, what I thought we'd do today is have a look at the things you can do if you're over 50, 55, 60, getting on a bit, and you want to keep gardening, because you can. If you look out here, I've got a fairly large garden, and I can still sort of manage it with a little bit of help by taking a few shortcuts. So what I thought we'd do today is I'll take you through my 10 favourite things to help me garden in my geriatric years. Probably the first thing to realise is if you're gardening, particularly for us oldies, you're not doing it to impress other people. You're doing it because you like it. You're doing it because you want to get fresh fruit and veg in your yard or have lots of flowers and things. So don't worry about the mess. And if you look around here, I've got lots and lots of different partial projects underway and things that I've sort of just popped in the corner to get around to later. So don't worry about the mess. As long as it's still being productive, you can leave things lying around. And I will get around to putting up my covering nets and all the other jobs that sort of lying around. But I'm happy with it, and that's the only thing that counts. So don't worry about being tidy. Don't do it for show. Do it because you enjoy it. Okay. Another thing that really helps is a good stool and a potting bench. This means I don't have to stand and do all the potting and mixing up of soil and getting the seeds in. This was a present from my lovely daughter, the curmudgeon camera person. And it's really handy. I tend to fill it up with all kinds of things and then empty it out, use it as a potting bench, then fill it up again with all kinds of junk. But a good potting bench with a stool at the right height to match saves your back and legs. So good potting bench is another thing that you can do to really make your life a lot easier in the garden. Having a nice large bench that you could spread out over alongside, this is our old outdoor setting, is also quite convenient. But as you can see, I make a mess on it. It's very handy because we can lift up our bags of soil. This one's almost empty, but it's at the same height as where we're doing our potting. So we can just lean in, get our potting mix, put our seeds in, pop them over there for later, rather than having to lean down here, lower and lower, until your back clicks out to get to your potting mix. Yeah, a bit of an effort to lift it up here, but you do it once. You're not always bending over to get to it. So my hint for this one is get proper benches and stools to sit on while you're doing work that you can in this nice sitting position. Hand tools. Hand tools are really handy. Probably why they're called hand tools. No, they're called hand tools because you use them in your hand. But the problem is, as you get older, you might find that you're getting a bit of arthritis in the hands and wrists. And I get it particularly bad in the wrists. So finding suitable tools and picking the ones that suit your particular situation best does help out a lot. And I found these, got them from Aldi. They're only $10, I think, for a set of 3. So these, with the upright handle, not having to bend the wrist, have a much better ergonomic setup than the traditional ones where I'm always trying to bend or twist the wrist to do the digging. I didn't find the shovel, and I'll link to the video that I reviewed these in, but I didn't find the little hand shovel with the vertical handle much better. But these Trident ones that you lever with are much, much better. But it all depends on your situation. So make sure you pick the right sort of tools ergonomically that suit how you're going. Number 3. 3, my lord, pick number 3. Growing in pots. Now, the reason I do a lot of pots, and I've mentioned this quite a few times, is if we look at these trees along here, they are generally quite large trees when they're fully grown. But by basically bonsaiing them, and bonsai people will hate me for saying that, we can keep their height down. And I'm not sure if you've heard, but ladders and old men do not mix. Ladders and old ladies don't mix. So I grow a huge variety of trees in pots. We've got a narrabeen plum, this is an ice cream bean, this is a tamarind, and there's lots more behind me you can see. because it restricts their growth. I can cut them off at the height that I want them to be. We'll get far lesser number of fruit, but we get a greater variety because we've got so many different types of trees. So pots are a really good way to get a variety of trees, limit the amount of space they take up, but more importantly, keep you safe so I don't have to climb ladders for pruning. Much easier to look after each tree, but that's at the cost of the amount of fruit you'll get from each tree. Along the same sort of lines, if we look at a pot like this and think how heavy that's going to be full of soil and a tree, it's not going to be particularly easy for someone like me to move. So I suggest investing in one of these. But this is just a furniture moving trolley or something or other. Again, got it from Aldi, not expensive, but it allows me to fill the pot up, wheel it where I need it to be, and then I only just have to move it from here to there. So it makes life a lot easier. And that's how we get our pots around. Nice stable way to move them. And while we're sitting here, number 4, get a dog. Dogs like being out in the garden with you. Actually, I should leave that in as number 4. I think I will. This makes it all worthwhile when it comes up to you, doesn't it, Ruth? Number 4.5. I'm sitting. I keep going on about sitting because I've got arthritis in the knees and hips, and standing becomes rather painful after a while. So I suggest, strongly, invest in a good kneeling stool. These you can either sit on like this, or if we stand up, we can flip them over and kneel down to work. If you get the good ones, they're strong enough to hold even a guy like me, and you can put the weight on your arms, get down, work down at ground level, and then to get back up, much easier. However, don't buy the cheapies. You'll hurt yourself. These will bend or collapse. Make sure you get good, stable, solid ones like this particular one here. And I forget whose it is. Cyclone. That's a Cyclone one. I've also got an Aldi one, which is much smaller, and I did a test on those, so I might link to it up the top there. But a good kneeling stool, absolutely critical if you're going to do any gardening. I can just sit next to the pots on it, weed out the things that are coming up, top dress, fertilise, whatever I want to do in comfort. Yeah. Number 5, it's along the same lines as the hand tools, but these are powered hand tools. And picking the right ones of these that really suit you is important. This one is an absolute gem. It's a rotary hoe that saves me digging with a shovel all over the place. So if we come in, we can see, just with the trigger, we can go as deep or as shallow as we like. And it's really no effort. So getting one of these little hand cultivators, there's lots of different brands around you can get, but this is a good one, a Ryobi. Well, a good one for home use. Worth its weight in gold. This holds true for most hand tools. If you find a good use for them, if they're reducing the strain and the effort required, they're worth getting. But this rotary tiller, one of my favourites. Absolutely magic, saves my wrists. And while we're here, in tune, or in a similar manner to the raised pots, we have number 6, using raised beds. Now, as we can see here, I'm standing right next to this rather large tilted raised bed, and I can reach everything. I don't have to bend down, lean over. I can reach all the way across to the other side if I need to, without having to go around. Middle's no problem. So picking the right size, right height raised bed is really beneficial. And this saves a lot of strain on your back, having to kneel down or sit down, which is awkward. So strongly recommend moving everything into raised beds as and when you can afford it. If you can't afford it, well, get a really good kneeling stool and get down on the ground. Still works. Number 6, get a greenhouse. Now you can get a little greenhouse like this, which is only $20 or $30, I think from memory. Or you can get a big greenhouse like that, or an even bigger greenhouse like the one I haven't got yet. It's coming at the end of the month. But they make life a lot easier. It allows you to control your environment. There's some asparagus we're growing. All in one place, easy to water, easy to take care of, and does assist with, the mobility and having to wander around to look after your seeds. So really keeping your seeds growing in one or two places does help, particularly if you get a bit forgetful and you forget to water them. If they're all in one place, they'll all either thrive together or die together. But a greenhouse, very convenient. Number 7, buy soil in bags. Get all your potting mix in manageable bags. Getting a big delivery of loose soil, yeah, it's cheaper, much, much cheaper. But having to move it is a real killer. You're much better off buying bags that you can lift and manage and buy them as you need them. I tend to buy bags in bulk because it's cheaper and I've got plenty of space to leave it lying around. But definitely buying in bags saves the back. Having to wheelbarrow it around everywhere, it's just too hard. So stack it up, store it where you can, and move it in its bag when you need it. Number 8, the dreaded weeds. Weeding is a killer. Having to get down on your hands and knees and pull weeds out of everywhere, even if you've got the raised beds and having to reach in and pull out weeds all the time, it is really time consuming and hard on the hands and back. So mulching. Maybe not a tool or thing, but it's definitely what helps a great deal keeping the weeds under control. Here's my little pumpkin patch, and we've got some weeds coming up over there, but I've just covered it with manure. And what we do, we get our mulch, and we'll spread it around really thick, like so. And the weeds won't be able to grow through that, but our pumpkin will. So mulching, not only does it help improve the soil, keep the moisture in, it keeps the weeds down, so we've got less to do. Number 9, grow vertically. Growing things upward is, again, a great saver on the back and the wrists. So we see here this one particular type, and I'll link to my vertical gardening videos as well. But we've got strawberries and herbs growing in this pot. There's some basil and nigella, strawberries, parsley, all growing vertically and close to the kitchen. So when we need something, we can just pop out here, snip off what we want. But it's in a small area, easy to maintain, easy to water, and easy to harvest from. And this is another way of doing your vertical gardening. We've got these little pockets up against the wall space that you normally wouldn't use, very close to the kitchen, and no weeding. Because it's up here, it's away from the weeds, far less likely that we'll get any weeds growing in there, and the herbs should grow across here, dangle down. We can come out and harvest them as we need. But importantly, again, no weeding. And finally, number 10, somewhere to sit back and enjoy all the hard work you put into the garden. So I've got a couple of places. There's a chair under here with all the mulberry trees and other trees behind me, bird baths. We've got lots of little honey eaters floating around all over the place. So having somewhere, just sit back and admire and relax and look around you and see what you've achieved. Lots of it's not neat and tidy. Lots of it's pretty damn messy, in fact. But keep a spot that's mellow, quiet, and you can sit here and zombie out and listen to the birds. So they're my 10 tips and best tools and things that help me gardening in my old age. I hope you enjoyed them, and if you've got any others, please let me know in the comments. Lots of new videos coming up, specifically aimed at us aging old geriatrics. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and while you're at it, enjoy life like this, and I'll see you in the garden.